Protecting your revegetation starts with the right fence. Excluding stock with good fencing is going to ensure your vegetation can establish a healthy root system, a good native understory, and will protect your waterway from further erosion. When planning the placement of your fence, keep your access requirements in mind and try to reduce the number of bends, as additional strainers are very costly. We recommend fencing a minimum of 20 metres from your waterway. You might have concerns about losing valuable grazing land, but keep in mind the added benefits to your property. You're gaining healthier soils, cleaner water, more shade and shelter for your stock, a boost in biodiversity, and even a bump in property value. The bigger the re-veg, the better. There are a few fencing options to choose from, so it's important to choose the right design for your needs. Ring lock is a strong and durable option for people who run cattle and sheep. The ring lock wire is effective at keeping big and small animals out of your sight. This design can come at a higher price point, but if installed well, will require minimal ongoing maintenance. Electric fencing is an affordable option that is very effective at keeping larger animals out of your re-veg site. It also gives you more flexibility if you decide to move your fence placement down the track. Electric fencing will need regular checking, as fallen branches or broken insulators can cause them to fail. If you have a significant issue with roos at your property, you might want to consider taller fencing up to 1.8 metres high. Kangaroo fencing can be very costly, so consider this against the benefit of keeping them out of your re-veg site. A standard 1.2 metre fence will still reduce the grazing pressure from roos. We don't recommend using barbed wire in your fencing design, as this can cause injury to stock and also native wildlife. If you need that extra level of protection, you can run an extra hot wire on top of your ring lock fencing. Finally, virtual fencing is an emerging technology that uses GPS-enabled collars to train stock to stay within a programmed area. This option is very costly, but is worth considering if you don't have any existing fencing on your property.
Roof fencing, it's worth considering, but it is hard. The kangaroos, especially once you get to the dry season and the feed gets scarce, we'll try all the best defences. You know, you can look at digging trenches and putting your fence into the ground so they can't go underneath it, and that works to a degree. Hot wires will work to a degree, but you really, unless you're going to go to extreme 6-foot fences, which is going to cost a fortune, it's going to be hard. But all you can do is try your best to keep them out. Use tree guards for any planting that you might do inside the re-veg area. You don't want to put something that's going to injure the kangaroos in place because that defeats the purpose, and you want to protect the nature. The most important thing to consider is one, the terrain. It's some of the country, it's very steep, and you'll need to consider that with what type of fencing you're going to use on that sort of country. And really secondly is the type of livestock you're trying to keep out. Cattle, you'll get away with plain wire and some electrics. Sheep, you'll definitely need to consider ring lock. They don't respect the hot wires very much. If you're going across a bit of a valley, you're straining your 2 strain posts at either end of that on the hillside. As you strain it up, everything will want to go up and come up. So you really need to concentrate on that very bottom point with some well-built strainer posts to keep the whole entire fence down. Your strainer posts are your foundation. It's like a house. You've got to get your straining posts correct, or it'll all just fail. And likewise, if you're going over the top of a hill, you'll need a strainer on top of that hill to pivot it all on so it doesn't actually pull down the fence trying to go back down to the earth.
You want to position your gates where they're most convenient without compromising your fence integrity. Keep in mind your access requirements for fire break and maintaining your re-veg site. Your best option will probably be a metal swing gate, as these are very convenient and durable. Another option is to build a wire cocky gate, which is a great cheap option for spots where you don't need frequent access. If you have bulls, it can be a good idea to run an additional hot wire to prevent them from rubbing up against your metal gate.
The best time to put in a fence is going to be once the rains have come, you've got a bit of moisture in the ground. So depending on the site and the area, I would say spring is ideal, and then getting it in before summer as once it gets too hot. The materials that you need for fencing, planning that, once again it is a little bit depending on the terrain. Where it's very up and down, you're going to need posts closer together. As we're a nice run, you know, you can space your posts out 4 metres, use star pickets or pine posts, whichever your preference is there. It's you know, some people will use 2 star pickets and then a pine, then 2 star pickets and a pine. Others will just continue with star pickets, have the strainer post as pine and then star pickets for the rest of it. Measure it all out and then work out your quantities of posts you need, your wire quantities, then get your quotes from the farm merchants.
Fencing can be a big job, but if you're thinking about doing it yourself, it can be done safely with the right tools and good planning. You can contact your local catchment group to see what equipment they have available to loan. We'll catch you in the next video where we'll walk you through how to build a simple box strut.